Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a puzzle. I think Sam's already done a puzzle themed on Dune 2, the movie, but this one also is. I think Half-Baked Lunatic, who is a great constructor, kind of mid-range difficulty normally, has been constructing a few together to do with Dune and posting them on Logic Masters Germany. Now, not only has he recommended this one to us, Leonie has as well. So very happy to give it a go. Really looking forward to seeing what happens in Dune the Mentats Diversion. I mean, full disclosure, I know nothing about the movies apart from that Frank Herbert wrote the original book. And I really like the Dune logo with the kind of partial letters in all four orientations spelling Dune. But that said, that doesn't really apply in this puzzle, where we've got the title mentions the Mentat Diversion, and apparently the thermometers are Sapho Juice coloured. I hope that relates to Sappho, the lyric poet from Lesbos, but I doubt it. Anyway, we shall have a look at that in a moment. Don't forget that on Patreon every month we do a Sudoku hunt from the 1st to the 20th, and we encourage you to enter a competition to solve it. There will be a prize for one lucky solver of that, and also on Patreon there's always loads of other content, so do check it out. There's some great stuff there. Our apps are fabulous. They include Thermo Sudoku, they include Killer Sudoku, they include Domino Sudoku. 3 of the variant rules we'll be grappling with today, and they are brilliant resources for practicing your prowess, particularly at Sudoku. What else have we got? We've got our merchandise, we've got Sven's SUDOKU PAD, but the first link under this video is to this puzzle, and I will go through the rules now. So, normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits in cages must sum to the total shown. Now, it doesn't say in the version I'm looking at that there cannot be any repeats, but I'm going to assume that is true because it is the normal rule. I think Half-Baked Lunatic just left that out of the rules here. I will check it, and I will be in the rules when you call up the puzzle, don't worry. Now, digits along a Sapho Juice coloured thermometer, I don't quite know what this colour is, a sort of raspberry colour, must increase from the bulb end, so we get bigger as we go along the thermos from the bulb, and digits in cells separated by a black dot must have a 2-to-1 ratio, so one is twice the other, etc. Give it a try. I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. Now, where can we start this puzzle? I'm looking at this T that adds up to 30. Now, I know a secret about every box in a Sudoku, the same as every row and every column. It always adds up to 45. Now, use that secret carefully. It's powerful. It might well be powerful here, although I haven't done the maths yet. But if this box adds up to 45 and we subtract out the 30 in the T pentomino, I've just noticed all the cages here are pentominos. Anyway, we're left with 15 in these 4 cells. Now, we can't put an 8-4 pair on that black dot because we'd be left with 1 and 2 on a thermo where they're the 3rd and 4th digits. In fact, these have to be at least a 3-4 pair, which adds up to 7. So the maximum that these can add up to is 8, using that 45 number. Now that means they can't be a 6-3 pair either. So they're either 4-2 or 2-1, and they definitely include a 2. Ruling out the 6-3 was by far a bigger deal than ruling out 8-4, but it's useful anyway. Now, there can't be a 2 on this black dot now, so it's either 3-6 or 4-8, and we can do the sum for this box. 45 minus that 19 is 26. We've either got 12 or 9 there. If we've got 9 there, these two add up to 17 and are 8, 9. If we've got 12 there, these add up to 14. I must have got that wrong. 19 plus 12. No, I have got it right. Okay, that's fine. So these either add up to 14 or 17. If they add up to 14, it goes either 5, 9 or 6, 8. If they add up to 17, it's an 8, 9 pair. So we are quite limited in what can go in here, but not quite limited enough. Now, here we had 36 or 33. So these add up to 12 or 9. Now 9 is quite limited. If it was that, they'd either be a 3-6 or a 4-5 pair. With 12, it could be 3-9. It couldn't be 4-8. Okay, this is going to be worth recording. With 9, it would either be 3-6 or 4-5 on the thermo. Now, if it was 12, that would be because... Oh no, I've done the maths wrong. We'd be using 2-1. Oh, so it couldn't actually be 4-5, because 9 goes with 6 here, which uses the 4. So if it's 9, it's definitely 3-6 here, with 2-1 there. Let's see if that has any ramifications. Yes, it does. 25 plus 1-2 there would be 28 in the box. And these two would have to add up to 17 and would have to be 8-9, which would break this thermo. So that's not what's going on here. So this is 3-6 is wrong. And that was going to happen if this was 4-2, and that's wrong. This is 2-1. And these do add up to 12. But, well, again, we can't begin with a 3 because that would be 1-2. I don't think we can even begin with a 4. I think we're probably going to have to put in 5-7 so that these can add up to 7 now. 25 plus 7 is 32. And these then can add up to the minimum value for those, which is 13. 6, 7, and we can continue that thermo and finish it off. These must be 3, 4. So they're the maximum value we can get onto that one because of the combination of this and that. It's very clever. So you add the T in the black dot. You use maximum minima to get that. That knocks on to a maximum here. You use that plus the maximum there to get the minimum here. And it actually starts the puzzle. It's very, very clever. That is classic half-baked lunatic stuff. So, and that's his name. That's not me insulting him, I promise. We've got a 4-6-8 triple there. 3-9. One of those is a 7. I've known that for a while and not written it in. Now, up here, these stick out of the cage, so they're not as helpful. Maybe I should be doing exactly the same deal over here. Let's work it out. I don't think it's as helpful, actually, over this side. I might be wrong, but even at 5-9, these could still add up to 7, 3 and 4. That would give us 32. Well, if we could prove that was 5-9, oh, we can't have 3 and 4 there anymore because we've done the left side. Oh, that's interesting. So what is the... Right. If that was 5-9 then, this would have to be 1-2. Then we would have 25 plus 1 and 2 is 28. And again, this would be 8-9. And this thermo would be utterly broken. It almost feels like there's too few degrees of freedom in this puzzle. But this can't be a 5-9 pair. I'm a bit surprised. But 5-9 was only one of the possibilities. Sorry. If this added up to 14, it's 5-9 or 6-8. But it might add up to 17. And that depends on what's going on here. Right. That is important that I focus on that. Now, that's why I think I felt there were too few degrees of freedom. Because even 6-8 here seems like it might not work. If you had 6-8 there, this would have to be... I'm looking at those. This would have to be 2-5 at the maximum. 25 plus 5 and 2 is 32. These would have to be 13, and we can't put 6, 7 there again. So that is just not working. This is an 8-9 pair. That now tells me that this is a 6-3 pair. Just checking the math. 17 plus 9 plus 19 is 45. That's all good. Now, these are going to have to be quite high because I've only just worked out that these have a maximum of 4 and 5 here. We can't go above the 6 and 7 over there. 25 and the maximum 4 and 5 is 34. Gives us a minimum here of 11, which could be done by 5-6. There's a degree of freedom with a 7 though, so I'm not quite sure that that's it. There might be more Sudoku value in this puzzle. So I'm going to take out 6 from there, 8 from there. 8, 5, that's 1, 2, or 9. No, I am going to have to think about this. Oh no, this is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 as a quintuple in the pentomino. Okay, no, I am going to have to think about these. So maybe I should start with the maximum value there, which is 6, 7. 13 plus 25 is 38, gives us a minimum value here of 7. No, that could be 3, 4. So there is a degree of freedom that is not expunged yet. Right, let's look up here. Oh, it's up here where I knew there was a 7. I thought I'd written in a pencil mark. Obviously not. Now, this can't be 8, 3, 8, 4 because of that. It could just be 6, 3 still. Whatever's in this black dot does not appear in this cage because those two cells see every digit in the cage. In fact, what are the maximum that can go in this cage, in this box? 7, 6, 5, 4 add up to 22. So this digit is at least a 5. I don't think it can be a 5 because then you'd have a repeat 5 in the cage. One of these two is a 6 by Sudoku. Now, 1 and 2, one of these is a 7, so that's not 7. Ah, the fact that one of these is a 6 means that's not a 6 as well, because one of them's in the same cage and one of them's in the same row. That's quite amusing. So this is 9 or 8, and also goes in one of those 3 cells. So these add up to either 18 or 19. 7, 6, 5, 1. 7, 6, 4, 2. 7, 5, 4, 3. Those are the only possibilities. 7, 6, 5, 1, 7, 6, 4, 2, or 7, 6, 5, 3. I read the last one wrong. 7, 5, 4, 3. If this was 7, 5, 4, 3, that would be a 1, 2 pair. Ah, and it can't be. If this was 7, 5, 4, 3, that would be a 6, and it would need another 3. That's no good. So this is not 7, 5, 4, 3. Therefore, there is a 6 in it, and that 6 goes here. Now, it is then 7, 6, 5, 1 or 7, 6, 4, 2. If it was 7, 6, 4, 2, this has no possible fill because all the even numbers have gone. So it's 7, 6, 5, 1. Oh, hang on. I've only been working on one total. Sorry, and there were 2 possible totals given the 9 or 8 there. Oh, that's fairly poor case testing, sorry. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this thermo instead. It just seems more interesting. Let's try 1, 2, or 3, 2, 3, or 4, 3, 4, or 6 there. Because we are ascending, and those are the only available digits. Let's move up to, what shall we say, in this cell, at least higher than 3, but not 4. I mean, that's got a lot of possibilities. 4, 6, okay, I don't know how that's panning out. That is 1, 2, or 3 though. If it's a 1, that's a 2. If it's a 2, that's a 1. If it's a 3, that's a 6. If it's a 3, that's 4 and that's 6. Then we have 6s in both those positions. Oh, it cannot go 3, 4, 6 because that cell would be broken. In fact, this can't be a 4 because that puts 6 there and breaks this cell. So So that's not 4, that's not 3. This isn't 6, this is now a 1-2 pair. I don't know if that's going to help anything. I was going to say, well, one of these two is a 3. Oh, this has got stickier. Okay, let's go back and think about this again with slightly fresher eyes. This either adds up to 18 or 17. No, 18 or 19. And it's definitely got a 7. So the other 3 digits either add up to 11 or 12. And don't include 9, 8, 7. Unfortunately, there are a lot of possibilities there. I don't really want to go into that. But if I could rule out 6, 3 here, we would actually be doing something. Then we would have 7, 5, 4, 2, 1, which add up to 19. But this group of cells has to add up to either 18 or 19 already. So that would be 7, 5, 4, 2, and that would be a 1. And this would be known to be a 9. That seems very plausible, I'm afraid. Oh, I've got a bit bogged down now. Sorry. This is not 6, 7 or 9 by Sudoku. Well, that's obvious. Oh, this can't be 9 or 8. Let's start there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And these... So maximum there is 9. Minimum for these two is 11. Now that could be 4, 7, but it can't be. This must begin with a 5 or a 6, and end with a 6 and carry on with a 6 or a 7. So these add up to 11, 12, or 13. And therefore these add up to 9, 8, or 7. So this can't be 2 or 3. Therefore it's 4 or 5, this is 5 or 6, and this is 6 or 7. These add up to 9, 8, or 7. So 1 is not possible there either. 2 is though. Well, no, it's, yes it is, 2, 5, 6, 7. These 4 cells basically add up to 20. Oh, well, that can't be 5, 6, because this would have to be a 4, 5 pair, and that would repeat 5. So this is not 5, 6. Could it be 5, 7? They would have to add up to 8, and they would have to be 3, 5, and that would repeat 5. Oh, it's simpler than I realised. So that's a 6, 7 pair. 25, 38. These add up to 7. That is 3 or 2, not 4. So 1, 8, and 9 are in this cage, along with the pair that adds up to 7 that isn't here. Oh, I've got a 6 looking at that cell. That's a 7 now. Now I've got to think about these together, probably. I don't know. How about this? That can't be more than 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, or 4 there. Now, it can't be a 3 because this isn't allowed to be a 6. So it's 1, 2, or 4. This is also from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family of black dot digits. I like to divide them into family groups. This is so nearly resolved, but I can't quite get it done. 7 there, 7 there. This is a 7. Now, 5, 6. If that was a 6, this would go 5, 4. Ah, that doesn't work, interestingly. If that was a 6, this would go 5, 4, but both of these digits in column 9 would be 3s if that was a 6. So that's no good. I'm considering the count of this box as well as this pair. So that's not a 6, that's a 3. That probably isn't actually going to help because it then doesn't impact on the rest of the cells in the column. However, let's just carry on thinking through what's going on here. These cages sticking out of the box is not helping me because it gives them possibilities, and I object to that. Not really. So 9 in one of those. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, that is 2 or 3. This one is higher than 3. That's not really all powerful at the moment. Should I be thinking about the 25 in this Z cage? I don't want to. Not really. Nah. If that was a 3-4 pair, which is one of the two possibilities, then 3 and 4 have to be sprayed across the middle row within this tight area. Oh, goodness, I don't know. 8, 9, 7, that can't be 6, this can't be 6. We've got to have an 8 in one of those cells. Doesn't feel helpful. If that's not 6, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. Now, I'm going to have to think about this black dot, even though I don't really have much going on to cement what it could be. The 30 cage. That doesn't even have to have a 9 in it for sure. Because it could be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Then this would have to be a 2-1 pair, as it might very well be. Otherwise, this could be, how could this be a 2-4 pair? Yeah, that's the way to think about it. This would add up to 24 without using 2 or 4. Sorry, it would have to add up to 30, obviously, without using 2 or 4. Well, 9, 8, 7, 5, 1. Does it have to have a 7 in it? That's quite an interesting question. If it didn't, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4 adds up to 32, so it could be 9, 8, 6, 5, 2. Except that wouldn't leave any possibilities here, because they see all of those digits, and that would eliminate all the black dot possibilities. Could it be 9, 8, 6, 4, 3? And this would be 2, 1. 9, 8, 6, 4, 3. Right, a 1, 2 pair here makes this at least 3, 6, which is also, I think, at most what it can be. Maybe what I should eliminate is 3, 6 as a possibility here. And 4, 8. If I could do that, that would really advance us, actually. Yeah. Okay, so if this was 4, 8. Oh, that's what is that what I thought about before? It would be 4 there and 8 there. That would be 5, 6, 2. That 2 would mean 2 was in the cage. 4, 8, 7, 6. These would be from 9, 5, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that doesn't feel like enough. That adds up to 20. And even once I drop one of those digits out, you're never going to get the cage total up to 30. Even if I didn't drop one of the digits out, you can't get the cage total up to 30. So this is not 4, 8. That's fairly straightforward. Can this be 3, 6? I know which way round they would be, and that would be 2, and it doesn't work, because this would be a 2, 5 pair, and that would have to be another 5 if that was 3, 6. Right. This is not 3-6 by Sudoku. It's not 4-8 by counting this. Therefore, it's either 1-2 or 2-4. It's got a 2 in it. And I think that is going to inform this black dot, which can't be 4-8 because of that. Now it doesn't have a 2 in it. It must be 6-3, and we are away. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, proving its position. And I think we get to do quite a lot of digits in this puzzle now. That's 1 or 2. Come on, that's not a 2. 3, 6, 8, 9. So these are made up of 7, 5, 4, 2, 1 without one of those. I think I've done this calculation before. 12, 19 plus that. Yeah, we have to drop the 1 out and put a 9 in there. That's the only way to get 19 to 27 with plus something and minus something. 1 there, 9 there, and then it'll work. 7, 5, 4, 2 here. 2, 7, 5 there, and a 4 here. This is working now. I think we've probably got enough information to go most of the rest of the way from here. Right. Excellent. I mean, that's very clever. It's very tightly organized, this. That can't be 1, that can't be 2, that can't be 3. There's a 2 here and a 2 there. This is where 2 goes in row 3. This is 1 or 4 accordingly. It doesn't help with the rest of that thermo, although that can't be a 4 anymore. Now, we do need some bigger digits here. If that was 1 and 2, these would have to add up to 22 and would be, since they couldn't be 9, 8, 5, look at those, they'd have to be 9, 7, 6. And that wouldn't work because both the 6 and the 7 would have to go in the middle row. That's brilliant. So this can't be a 1-2 pair. So that's not 1. That's a 4. Now these either add up to 20 or 19. And there are ways to do that. But that 4 stops this being a 4. Oh, much more importantly, makes this a 5. That makes this a 2 on the count of the box. That's 1 and 2 there. Now we've got 1, 4, 9, 8, sorry, I don't know what. 1, 3, 4, 8, 9 to put them in some sort of order. That one can't be 1 or 4. 9 can't be in that set or there. In fact, we know where the 9 goes. That can't be 8. Now we've got a 9 there and a 9 there. That's a 9. What's this? I should be able to do this 30 sum, I feel now. Okay, let's think about it. So that is 3, 4 or 5 by Sudoku. Now, if this was a 1, no, if this was a 2, 4 pair, didn't we work out what this was going to be? 9, 8, 7, 5, 1. But I'm not sure. I'm not going to rely on that. Let's do some ordinary work. That's not a 3 or a 4. That's 1 or 8. This is 1, 3, 5 or 8. This is, oh, that's become a 6 on the thermo. That's very easy to see if I would just look at the ramifications that I've achieved. 3, 4, 5. That is not 5. 5's in one of those 2 cells. 4, 3, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to have to think about these now. Now, do we need a 9 in here? These add up to either 20, which could be 8, 7, 5, if there wasn't a 9 in them. But it couldn't be 8, 7, 5, because that would leave both of these being 9 in the box. Or 19, which can't be 8, 7, 4. Could it be 8, 6, 5? No, same problem with these. So there must be a 9 in this central bit, and it must be there. And these 2 thermo tips are not 9s. They're a 5, 8 pair. I can't. Oh, I've got a 5 looking at that cell. That's an 8. That's a 3. That's a 5, and I can finish the thermo here. Oh, yes. That's really getting a bunch done. I hope correctly. That's become a 2 on the black dot. That's an 8 now. That's a 1. Get rid of 1 out of those cells. We've got a 4 there. Now, surely I can just add this up. 18 and a 7. That works in the middle. Hurrah. 6 and 1. Not that I wasn't trusting my pencil marking, but a bit. That's 5 or 8. Now, still not resolved up there, but hopefully, again, more Sudoku to the rescue, perhaps. I was hoping to find a naked single. Like this is an 8, because it sees 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 in the row, 4, 7, 9 in the column. That's exactly what I was hoping to find. 7 and 9 go in. 6, 5, 4 go in. 8 and 3. I've only got 1 pair left in the bottom 6 rows of the puzzle. 5 there, 4 in the corner. That goes with a 2. Bottom 6 rows now complete. Probably going to be able to finish off this whole thing by Sudoku and then add up the cage at the end. 1, 6. That one is a 3 to finish the column. 1, 8, 7, 8, 7. Just before I hit the last digit, let's add up those. 30 is right. And these 14, 18, 27. Yes, there we go. That is the Mintat's Diversion. Excellent puzzle by Half-Baked Lunatic. Great fun. And always a pleasure to do his puzzles on the channel because they're brilliant. Yes, and definitely the cages cannot have repeat digits rule does apply and should, I think, have been in the rules and will be when you've played it. So thanks for watching on the channel and bye for now.